Excellent. Welcome back
Oh,
to.
okay.
Oh, hello. Hi. Welcome back to Joe Dot Podcast. It's been a few weeks. We've got a new background. My desk used to be here, but now it's here, and it's different. Anyway, I have a very special, unique guest. I'll say. Um,
Oh,
Please welcome Lady Stardust. Uh,
oh, hello.
Hi, OnlyFans content creator. Is that a fair title?
Yes, yeah, that's the one.
Any other titles I should add to that?
No, that'll do for now.
That'll do for now. Okay.
Yeah.
um, I guess in terms of like I mentioned this when I was just talking to you over Instagram. You're kind of part of this weird checklist I have in my head, and I sort of realized, you know, um, hold on, this could be a really cool opportunity for a podcast. Someone who does OnlyFans because it's such an interesting and strange advent to have happened. And I guess I want to know a bit about you and your story and what's led you to this path.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a weird thing because like it's very new.
Yep.
There's especially with the older generation, they don't quite know what it is, but some people you say, oh, I do OnlyFans, and they're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. Other people are like, what is it? And then you have to explain like, oh,
Yeah, they get a little bit
because
concerned.
yeah.
I heard this segment on the radio not too long ago. I can't remember which station, but people don't just use OnlyFans for. We should actually just clarify. Your
Yeah, yeah,
content is uh, adult
very
entertainment.
yes, very explicit.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll probably put a warning at the start of this, being like, by the way, content warning. We're
yeah.
probably gonna get into some dirty things. Anyway, people don't just use OnlyFans for adult entertainment or porn. I'll just say that.
No, not at all. It's a really good website. You can use it for just about anything.
What do you know any of these like weird accounts that aren't just
Weird accounts. Oh, there's been a few that I've seen like on the page. You can like look at what other people are doing. And there was one guy that was he has an OnlyFans, and all he does is he teaches people how to do like car tricks, like skids and stuff in his car.
oh card? I thought
And
you meant like card, as in like, for example, I've got
oh
this
no,
thing
no, like
here,
car, like
like that, like throwing a
no, no,
card.
no. I mean, there's probably a creator that does that on the app too.
I should do that. I should throw. I can't
Yeah.
actually throw cards. I don't think I have any talent that's teachable. Yeah, that's teachable.
You could always post your podcasts on OnlyFans.
Do you reckon I
And
should put my podcast on OnlyFans behind a
yeah, for
paywall?
sure. For sure. Definitely.
I don't know how happy my parents would be. It's a bit.
Oh, well.
So I guess what led you to starting an OnlyFans?
Well, I've always taken, photos of myself, and I really like to express myself in this type of way. And of course, I can't post anything on Instagram. I can't post it on all the other platforms because it's not allowed. It will get taken down. So last year in the COVID sort of lockdown that went on for the whole year, I was sort of like, oh, seeing on social media lots of other people doing OnlyFans, and I was like, this is perfect. Where has this been all my life? So I did have another job before OnlyFans, and I started OnlyFans as sort of like just a hobby, just something because I was interested, I enjoyed it. But now it is my full-time job.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think full time job, as in 38 hours, Monday to Friday, that sort of thing. Do you have like, I'm going to check OnlyFans from midday to, I don't know, midnight or something like that? Do you take a break or are you sort of constantly on?
I think, well, that's a very healthy thing to do. But for me, I don't do that. I just check it when I feel like, And I do have a lot of my fans on my other social medias. So they do chat to me and I get the notification, talk to them just throughout the day. So yeah, that's good. But it is a lot of work. Like, it's not just filming the content. That's the easy part of the whole thing. You know, you can take a picture and a video, and yeah, like lots of people do get those done professionally. I don't. I just do it myself with my iPhone.
Do you see yourself getting a little bit more fancy with your production down the track?
That's something I'd really like to do. I'd like to do collaborations. I'd like to do like proper photo shoots, things like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. But it's sort of like a lot of jobs in one, because you've got to be your own marketing person. You have to constantly promote yourself like you are your own business. So the way you engage with even someone that messages you for the first time on a different app, that's a potential client, basically, like a potential fan. So you do have to be very conscious in the way that you run your whole life. I do anyway. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah, right. So I think it was on your bio that you listed yourself as a sex worker. Now, is that an okay term to use?
Yeah, definitely. That's the term I would use. It's a very broad community, the sex work community, and OnlyFans is definitely under that umbrella. The way I do OnlyFans, that is.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. As we
yeah. Yeah.
I'm just thinking though, like, do you know much about Kanye West or Jay-Z music?
No.
Okay. Jay-Z has a lyric in Diamonds from Sierra Leone, which is, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. Let me handle my business, damn." Anyway, sorry, I had to finish the whole thing. But I think it's that sort of point where you hear it a lot with influencers, though, on YouTube or on Twitch or other platforms, how, they have to be their own business and stuff like that. But I guess it just naturally applies. Is OnlyFans a social media?
It's kind of like a hybrid. This is just my personal opinion.
That's fine.
It's sort of like it's a mix between Instagram and YouTube, just because you can post like long videos, that type of thing. So it is sort of similar. Like, people like a picture, they can comment under it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's very much so like a social media, and there are lots of accounts that are free to subscribe to, that type of thing. So it is, very much like another social media.
You mentioned how it's like YouTube, but it's interesting because, on YouTube, I don't know how many accounts I'm subscribed to. It could be hundreds or something like that. Who knows? But let's just say 100 for conversation purposes. Yeah. But there's lots of free accounts on OnlyFans. Let's cut off half. So let's say I'm paying for 50 accounts a month. That, I can't afford that. I don't think a lot of people can afford that. So
no.
do you think people on OnlyFans go for just one person, or are they going for lots of people, or?
I think from my experience, a lot of my fans have definitely like tried it, like subscribed for, I've only done OnlyFans for 2.5, 3 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've only been on there. Yeah. So I'm only still like a beginner. I'm very new, but it has gone very well for me so far.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, my fans, they definitely do subscribe for like 1 month, then they drop off for like a week or two, and then they come back. It's more of that type of thing. And I have had a few people say that I don't know, I feel like they just go through people, like they just subscribe to one person for a month and then different one and like rotate it around.
Oh yeah.
Their favorite subscribers, like their favorite creators or something.
Yeah, so let's say you have a really good month in August. So there's like going to be a few people that are going to really miss that because they're on their rotation with, I don't know.
Exactly.
Where does the name Lady Stardust come from?
Oh, okay. This is a good question. So it came from the David Bowie song, Lady Stardust.
I'm going to totally hurt your feelings. I actually don't know the song. I don't know much about Bowie. When I was in New York, I walked past his apartment on a tour, but I know a
Mhm.
few David Bowie songs, but I don't know Lady Stardust.
Wow. Well, you better listen to it
Okay.
because it's great. And yeah, when I was like a teen, my mom gave me her old vinyl collection. I got really into records and I was starting my own collection, and my mom found hers from when she was my
Oh
age.
wow.
And yeah, and there was all these David Bowie albums, like proper original ones, and I just fell in love, would play them every day. And yeah, the Lady Stardust song, I was like, I am Lady Stardust. She sounds groovy. That's me. But the song, David Bowie wrote the song Lady Stardust to support another artist that I believe was getting bullied,
Oh, okay.
or wasn't, yeah, or like wasn't getting the support that they needed. It was a male artist that was very flamboyant, like Bowie was. And I think Bowie was like, that's not fair. I'm getting all the love. Why aren't they? And yeah, so I do kind of like the story behind it, you know, lifting people up and being positive and being very confident in yourself and loving yourself. So I've been referring to myself and self-branding since I was like 14
Oh,
with
so
this
you've
whole
picked up
Lady
the late.
Stardust thing.
Okay. So were you always
Yeah.
Lady Stardust on Instagram and stuff like that?
Yes.
I don't know your real name,
Yeah.
so ever had your real name on any social medias?
I mean, it's probably floating around, but no, not the names of anything, I don't
Gotcha.
think. I had my Snapchat as my real name,
Oh,
but
okay.
that was years ago.
Do you mind me
Yeah, and
asking how old you are?
I'm 21.
Oh, okay, same. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yay.
Yeah, I know, right? Coincidence. Yeah, right. So you're still quite new to OnlyFans. Were you?
Yeah.
Huh. This is going to be very interesting because my friends are just going to tear apart the questions I ask and stuff like that.
Oh,
They're gonna be like,
really?
yeah, they're a bit critical
Bring
like
it
that.
on.
I know, right? Okay, so you kind of briefly alluded to it. I guess would you call yourself quite a sexual person?
Very much. Yeah. I've always been sexual.
Yep, great.
It's, yeah, not something that I've ever felt ashamed of. It's, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a big stigma behind this type of work and this type of self expression. But, you know, I've been very fortunate to grow up in such a loving household that has always supported me in how I want to express myself.
Yeah, the only
So, like, oh,
please,
sorry.
you're the guest.
I was just going to say, all my friends and family know what I do, which is really good for me that I don't have to be secretive, which I couldn't do if I tried. Um, but yeah, I'm very lucky to be surrounded by very supportive people that get it. You know, it's not something that should be thought of as a bad thing. It's awesome. And there's people that want to look at it. So yay.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I remember hearing Belle Delphine on a podcast talk about how either she doesn't know who her father is and she doesn't have a relationship with her mother anymore, given how big she ended up getting. So how did your parents react?
Um, my mom was sort of like, yeah, I mean, you'd be silly not to do it, basically,
What?
because yeah, she's the best mom ever. She knows how I like to express myself.
She's
She
like, you're
knows
so
that
hot, you
I'd
should do
be,
it. Go ahead. It was like, okay,
yeah,
thanks, mum.
basically. Yeah. My dad doesn't really talk about it. He's just like, okay, stay safe. And yeah.
Yeah,
But
right.
they're very much, as long as I'm happy and safe, then anything goes.
God, parents of us Zoomers, they're just the best, hey.
They really are.
Weirdly enough, though, I told my parents I was talking to you, and they're like, the second time they've gone, oh, I might listen to this one. And maybe it's because I don't talk to women very often. I'm still allowed to go to the office for my new job, and it's only women there. So definitely when this lockdown ends, I'm going to be one of the girls and just,
Yeah.
looking at wedding dresses on Pinterest during breaks and stuff like that with everyone, and
Love that.
all that sort of exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As I've alluded to, we're in Melbourne, we're in a lockdown, we're all a bit unhappy. How has that
Yes.
altered business for you?
It's actually been great for business.
Oh, okay,
Not
yeah.
gonna lie. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah. It's yeah, really picked up the last few days actually. In particular, I've had the time to film a lot of content, so I've been messaging people, and it's all happening,
Yeah,
which is,
right.
people are bored, people want to talk to me, they want to
Do
look at
other
me,
stuff with you,
and
yep.
yeah. Yeah.
um, I don't want to know how much money you make necessarily, but how big is your following?
Mhm. My following, still early days, so not very big. I am in the top 8% of all OnlyFans creators
What?
globally.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Not many people are in the top 8% of things globally, so that's pretty
I feel
remarkable.
like there is. I feel like there is. It's when you get to the top like 1-2% that you're like considered a big time creator.
Yeah, right.
But I did make it to the top 4% when I just started.
What?
I think, yeah, there was a lot of people that just wanted to see what my boobies looked like, I guess, and then they
Boobies,
dropped
god
off.
damn it. That reminds
Yeah.
me, I used to work retail. I think you might find this funny.
Okay.
And we're talking about, dresses with like a V neck shape. And it was a Colombian coworker of mine. And because depending on a woman's bust, you can, put them in different garments and stuff like that. But she
Yeah.
never said bust. She kept on saying boobies. And so like a client with big boobies, and she's having like a serious conversation
Yeah.
about outfitting clothes, but she keeps saying boobies, and it's like totally diminishes the lesson from it. And all I kept hearing was
No.
boobies, boobies, boobies. I'm like, oh, okay, hello.
I love that. I love that. No, I say boobies. Boobies is
Yeah,
it's cool. That's what they are. They're boobies.
it's very fun. What were you doing before OnlyFans? Were you doing sex work or
No, I was a venue manager of a jazz club in the city.
what the fuck?
Yeah, so I definitely was getting paid more at my other job
Huh?
than I am at the moment. But I'm a lot happier now.
A venue
So,
manager? What? Okay,
mhm.
tell me more. What did that
Yeah.
entail?
So basically I moved to Melbourne 3 years ago,
Hmm.
um,
Where are you
from
from originally?
Queensland.
Queensland, nice.
Yeah, Queensland. And I got a job. First job I got when I moved here was as a waitress at this jazz club. And I just worked really hard, moved my way up, bar manager, then venue manager, all in like 8 months.
8 months.
So I worked
Wow.
super hard. Yeah. I was like, 18, young in the city on my own, and just gave it all I had, worked really hard, got there. And it was great before COVID, the jazz club, because we had like the majority of the bands were all international. So we got
Oh
like the
wow.
real awesome musicians. And I mean, the local bands were phenomenal as well. Like, I have so much love for all the bands and I miss them so much. That's been such a downfall about leaving. Um, but yeah, it was awesome. I've got, yeah, great things about that job. It was one of the best jobs I will probably ever have, managing a jazz club. Yeah, very
Yes.
cool. Lots of responsibility.
Yeah. Right. Like, and you were 18, and they're like, "All right, you can manage the whole thing."
Yeah.
So was that sitting behind a desk and calling different people and booking times and stuff like
No,
that?
no. It was basically, we had people that did the ordering for the stock, like food and beverages. We
Mm-hmm.
had people that came and cleaned the venue. We had lots of different stuff, and I basically managed them. But I also worked the full 8-hour shifts on the floor, serving people as well, and being there behind the bar, talking to customers. I was very, very hands on. I was basically like manager slash waiter slash bartender slash doing everything slash telling people what to order. It was full on. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it was stressful, and that's why you sort of wanted to wrap it up a little bit.
So stressful. Yeah, very stressful. And I didn't really have too much time off because, my days off, there was still things that needed to be ordered, people trying to contact me, organize things. So Yeah, and I think after COVID, especially the hospitality industry like that, when it comes to food and beverage, I think has changed a lot.
Hmm.
It's become, in my experience, a bit toxic and not the nicest of environment to be a part of.
So my brother is a bartender at a franchise.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say which one just for his sake, but
Yeah.
yeah, he has talked about all sorts of different issues there. But
Mm,
it's interesting because people who are really passionate, you'll find, who are doing their dream job, just keep on working. So realistically, are you working 7 days a week?
no, I just work when I feel like it.
But that's good. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. It can feel like that though. Like people who are like super driven like that and wanting to succeed will just work, 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 work.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but if you don't really like your job and you're still being forced to work, I actually can't imagine anything more demoralizing and painful.
Exactly.
Did you find a little bit at your
Yeah.
jazz club?
At the beginning, it was sort of like I loved it. This was the coolest thing, seeing live music, coming from a small town in Queensland to international bands 5 nights a
Was
week.
Ash Barty
I
your neighbor?
felt, no,
Yeah,
no, but yay her.
I know, right? I actually watched the Wimbledon final and I haven't felt more proud as an Australian in quite a while. So,
Oh, nice.
on your
I
Ash.
missed it. I
Come on the
completely
podcast,
missed it.
Ash, please. That would be pretty
Yes.
cool. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
An international superstar. Actually, Brisbane got the ticket for the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 2032, when we're both grandparents, we'll be able to go
Yeah.
to the Olympics and uh, at least grandparents in the content creating world because things age pretty quickly. I guess that's an interesting point. Do you think
Mhm.
OnlyFans is at, it's not at the start of its life cycle, I guess, but
Mm.
where do you think it's going? Do you think it's got more room to expand? It's going to meadow out? What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've only just started doing it. I haven't done a live stream yet. You can do live streaming
Oh,
on the
okay.
platform. There's lots of stuff that I'm still discovering about it. And I'm sure, OnlyFans is still trying to think of new things to do and new people to bring onto the platform. And I think it's great. I think everyone, if they're interested in something or if they have a hobby, it's such a good and easy platform for people to, be a part of what you're interested in and learn something or
Yeah, right.
yeah, so I think it's got like heaps of potential to keep going.
How much does the content creator get? Like,
So, okay, so basically, this is something I didn't realize when I first signed up to it. I knew that OnlyFans took 20% of everything that I make,
mm-hmm.
which was fine. But what I didn't realize was that the prices that I was setting are in US dollars. I thought it was all Australian.
Oh,
So
okay.
I got like the happiest surprise when, it transferred to my bank account. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this
right.
is
It was
fantastic.
1.6 times the amount you thought it was.
Yeah, exactly. So I sort of just ignore the 20%. It's sort of like, you know, what I set. I just think, and then I don't know if this is making sense, but I just get it back anyway because of the conversion.
Conversion. Oh, okay. That's lucky.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one good moment to
Yes. So
be
it's
Australian. Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Oh, it's quite unique. And you're doing quite well. Like, do you have your own house yet?
Yeah.
Or like
Um, no, so I'm still in the same apartment I was before. I have one housemate. I'm sharing, but I'm wanting to move soon. But
you
yeah,
looking to
at the moment
upsize or
only, yeah,
oh
definitely get
nice.
my own apartment with a nice pool and different stuff.
Can you afford an
Yeah.
apartment with a pool?
Yeah, I can.
Oh my goodness.
I yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
could have afforded it before at the jazz club job
Are you
too.
kidding?
Because that was paying very well. But I decided to stay small and I've saved most of my money
Wow.
since ever. I've been such a good saver. So I'm planning on buying a house in the next couple of years and then getting a nice beach house back in Queensland is the goal.
And
once I've got like a spot in Melbourne and Queensland.
yeah, I know, right? And you need a nice spot because, you know,
Mm,
you're the centerpiece, but a good background's quite nice, you know?
exactly.
Yeah, right. Damn, you must be rolling it in. That's crazy.
Yeah, I do okay.
I do okay, damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I should teach people how to juggle. That's what I can teach people. I can juggle, kind of.
Exactly. It's such an easy thing. And honestly, people are willing to spend money on anything,
Yeah,
on
right.
absolutely anything.
What's some
And
weird
yeah,
requests you have gotten?
I mean, I keep things pretty secret. There's got to be some type of like client creator
Of
confidentiality
course, of course. That's a
that
contract that's
happens.
made. Yep.
I think so. Yeah. But nothing too weird. I mean, people just want to look at me, which has been fantastic.
Is there like, do you have a problem with people wanting to see your feet or your fingers or anything like
No,
that?
I actually love that. I welcome that.
You have a foot thing
I
yourself or?
um maybe like I don't know. There's a bit of a joke on my Instagram that I post stuff about having a foot fetish, but then when I do like the Instagram ask me a question, there's always someone that goes, do you actually have a foot fetish? And I never give them like a direct answer
I'll be treading on
because
like water here, but like, um, I don't understand the foot hate, if that makes sense.
exactly
It's like,
exactly. If you
what's
got
wrong with
nice
feet?
feet, they're
Yeah,
nice feet.
I can appreciate nice feet, but it's also like an extension. There's also nice necks, elbows, and knees. I find, people are like, oh, nice
Yep.
legs, but they talk about the whole thing and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
no, there's different parts to a leg, and there's, that's nice and stuff like that.
Exactly. It's the same deal. Same deal. If there's a nice foot, I'm gonna like it.
Yeah. Do you have a partner?
No, I do not.
Okay. Because do you think you could do a partner and this at the same time?
Like a relationship,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely think so. And I think it's even better now because like when I meet new people, I tell them that I do this and it's good. It's a good way of like weeding out the closed-minded people that I don't want to be surrounded by anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've not got a shortage of people wanting to date me and and dates to go on, but yeah, it's just I'm very picky
Do you have
and
a
my
bunch of
standards are very
dates
high.
stockpiled?
Yeah, when this lockdown's over, I'm gonna be a busy gal.
Oh my goodness. Would never work out, by the way. I don't reckon I could do OnlyFans for the sex stuff. I get stage fright just with
Yeah.
that stuff normally. No, I can get it up. That's fine. But like I think as soon as someone's
Oh my
phone
God.
comes out, I'll just like get nervous and not know what to do. And then I get fucking insecure as all my body fat manages to locate like on my belly and I've got
Right.
nice firm breasts, which, you know,
Love that.
love handles. So, something there. Um, do you use dating apps?
I've been banned from just about all the dating apps.
Why is that?
Yeah. Um, I'm not too sure. There could be a couple of reasons. Because on the dating apps I would put Lady Stardust because I don't want to put my real name doing
Uh-huh.
this. And this was like ages ago too, because all my social media is Lady Stardust. It just makes sense. And I refer to myself as that quite often. My family refers to me as Stardust, like it's what I think my name is sometimes, which I love it. I love it. And anyway, I think maybe like the dating apps weed out accounts where they think the name isn't like a person name,
I
that
would say
type of thing.
half the matches on Tinder I've got bots of some kind or these accounts to promote certain things. But nothing wrong with promoting on Tinder. It's probably a great way to do
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah, well,
think
I mean, I was genuine like using it to meet people, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. And Tinder had the passport happening for a while that was like free for anyone,
What was the passport thing?
where you can like type in a country or a place and match, like swipe people from that certain area.
And go on a Zoom date.
And yeah. And basically I was doing that, and I did get a warning because my sexual preference is bisexual on there. Well, my sexuality is that. And basically there was a couple of warnings from countries that I went to on this Tinder passport saying, be careful because it's like not legal to be gay. And I was like, well, what are they going to do? Yeah. And I was like, well, like, what are they going to do? Arrest me? I'm in Australia. Like,
Yeah, right.
But I think that might be a reason why I got banned from Tinder as well, which I'm not sure. Tinder, please get me back.
Come on.
So
Look at her. She'll get like 1 million matches. The traffic on your app will be super high. People will be using their super likes.
Exactly.
I reckon 1 in 10 to 12 will message back. In fact, let's do a bit of workshopping here. You seem to know a bit about dating. I kind of suck at it. In terms of my,
that.
You don't believe that? Am I?
No, you're Mr. Suave over here.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna blush so hard. Thank you. Unfortunately, photos don't depict that, so I can talk and act and cool and whatnot. And I'm tall. Pictures can show that I'm tall, and that's just about it.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, again, what's a great way to start a conversation on a dating app, would you say?
I really just like the normal hey.
Really? Just one word?
Yeah, I'm very simple, you know. If I've swiped on you, I obviously like you, and if you say hey, I'm gonna say hey back, and there we go. Easy peasy.
Because that's the thing I don't understand. Why would you not respond? You swiped right to match with them.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Talk to them.
Exactly.
Just put in the effort.
True, very true. Some people, I mean, there's definitely like a running joke on social media about going on dating apps just for the validation of having people think that you're hot.
I had a friend like that. She would try on the size up on a garment, and then to get the stylist at the store to then be like, oh, I reckon you could go a size down. And like, oh, can I? And then they try to size down, and then they're like, oh, look, a size down. How magical and stuff like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so the validation is deep, and people really need it.
Yeah.
But then again,
they do, which is so upsetting.
Yeah, I know. I guess if there's anyone to talk about expression and being yourself and using that as a business, because that's a big thing, I guess, for people our age, you're absolutely one of them. It's remarkable how comfortable you are. Because frankly, I don't know how to interpret it all. It's so unique and interesting, and I've learned heaps already. You're super interesting. Good. I guess.
Thank you.
I think as well, there seems to be, tell me if I'm going on the right track or I'm totally off. There is a disconnect between people who do adult entertainment and feminism, perhaps. Do you see what I mean? How I feel like as well there have been interpretations that have been like, if you do porn, it's like the anti-feminism and stuff like that.
You're like feeding into what the men want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see how that's like a point. But in my experience, the community of other creators that I've met, and I have started stripping. Okay. I started 2 weeks before this lockdown, so not really enough to talk about it. But even the community there, there's lots of girls that create on OnlyFans as well. And the whole community that I've met are really lovely, amazing women that have the same political, moral, ethical views as I do. And I really feel like I've found my people. And we are definitely feminists. We love equality. We fight for everything right. And we think if someone wants to look at my boobies, I may as well make it a safe and consensual space for them to do that. And it's great because it really is like on your own terms. If you're a content creator, I can create whatever content I want, and I don't have to accept any requests. I can block people. I can block fans on OnlyFans.
Good.
Even if they've paid me money, you can still block them. It's, you know, you're very much in control of your own body. So I think it's still, you can still be a feminist and show your boobs on the internet. That's very feminist. That's what it's all
quite
about.
Confident, yeah.
Yeah.
I said earlier, you're not allowed to get naked on this podcast, but try not to shake your boobs either. I don't want to get demonetized.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right. I'll turn the cameras off, and then maybe if you want to. Up to you, though.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, right. So 2 weeks of stripping. How'd you get into that?
Well, I've always wanted to do like my own burlesque show. And I love being on stage. And I have had a stripper's pole since I was 16.
Oh, yeah?
Just because I wanted one. And my parents were lovely enough to support me and get me one.
Did you pack it in your suitcase and bring it home?
I mean, I wish it's still in Queensland, actually. I wish I could have brought it with me. But it's so heavy. But yeah, I've always wanted to do it, always been interested in pole dancing and being on stage and performing for people. And honestly, the first time that I was on stage as a stripper dancing, my first stage set was like a highlight in my life. It was amazing. It was so much fun. The adrenaline, the positivity, and you know, the crowd there is equally men and women.
Really?
You're not just performing. Yeah, for sure. And I've given probably 50-50 lap dances to men and women.
Wow.
Even like I've only 2 weeks is such a small time to speak on this experience. But yeah, it's been very equal, very even.
If I remember my maths properly, in terms of the probability for a population is the same as a sample size. So your 2 weeks should be accurate for a year and your career, roughly, theoretically.
Right.
So
Perfect.
I could be wrong with that, but on a general level.
Hope not.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's been really awesome. And yeah, everyone, even the customers are very supportive and lovely.
You see in movies and stuff like that how it's just dudes in suits after, you know, dealing their corrupt under the table businesses and snorting a mountain of cocaine and then, you know, just going to the strip club to, you know, let off some steam and cool down a little bit.
Yep.
Obviously the clientele isn't exactly like that. I'm sure there's a group of guys like that maybe, but maybe.
Well, I mean, I probably saw guys like that more managing the jazz club, if I'm honest.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. I mean, there's people like that in any industry that you work in, and especially as a young female, I think you definitely get thrown into situations and get approached by people that you don't want to get approached by. But in the strip club, you know, there's security. Again, you're a sole trader. Everything's your own. You're your own business. You can say no. You can not do anything. If you're uncomfy, you can leave. You can. Yeah, it's good. It's a bit different to other workplaces where you know, have to talk to people and put on that face and customer service. Whereas in this line of work, you can sort of be like, no, actually, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, no, right. To say no to a client in my workplace, my new one, it's like so difficult.
Oh, so what do you do? I don't even know.
I will tell you privately. I'm only concerned. I don't necessarily want it to necessarily track to this because it doesn't necessarily match the company's image. But before this, but before this, I was a stylist at Scotch and Soda. That's a Joe Dot podcast first. That's where I worked beforehand.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's actually style. I was just a retail assistant, and so it was just selling clothes. But stylist was like the
Yeah.
fancy word for it. So I didn't have a manager.
Yeah.
It was a fashion host,
Okay.
and the girl who pegged me is a rubber phallus insertion specialist. Like,
Right.
that's a joke in my stand up.
Yeah, no, I know. I
Have
was
you
like,
ever
oh,
pegged anyone?
um, I'm not going to deny or confirm.
All right, I'm going to infer something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't a job that was like, you know, give people clothes, sell it to them. It was
Hmm.
very much engaging with the customer and communicating with the client. Sorry, again, the fancy words and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
getting their, um, uh, helping them get sorted. And it's a good relationship. I've still got like 3 contacts on my phone from when I worked there who'll
Oh,
be like,
cool.
Joe, have you got new season yet? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't work there anymore. What I will
Yeah.
say, I got a placement through uni recently that is a full-time position.
Okay, cool.
And it's such a good thing. The COVID screwed me up a little bit. Like, look, realistically,
Yeah.
I was fine and things were good, but I was meant to go to New York for a 6-week internship.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Hold on, what time? This time last year, I would have been in New York.
Yeah.
But of course, that didn't work out, and then it got pushed back,
Yeah.
and then it got cancelled. There wasn't JobKeeper in the USA. We forget about how lucky we were getting JobKeeper, but
Yeah,
it wasn't
for
there
sure.
in the USA, and the business that actually hosts students doesn't exist anymore, and so that was kaput. And then there was an option to go to Toronto, which I was like, sure. And they said you can do 8 instead of 6 weeks. But then they're like, it might not happen because of COVID and stuff like
Okay.
that. And so I was just
Yeah.
like, fuck it. I don't want to just wait there and keep being told no. I was going to go out at my own terms. And so
Yeah, yeah, of course.
part of me, I looked at 2020 as this year to grow and get out there and figure out who I was a lot more. I wanted to podcast that whole time, but I
Hmm.
never had the balls to do it. But here I
Yeah.
am now.
Look
I
at you
haven't
now.
I haven't done it for 5 weeks. I love doing this. This is so much
Oh,
fun.
wow. Yeah.
I'm a person who needs to adjust to things, and this new job
Hmm.
is an adjustment. And so I found that if I was going to do this and that at the same time, I wouldn't necessarily succeed in either. So
Okay.
I had to prioritize a
Well,
little bit.
this is my first time being on a podcast,
You're
and
doing
I
fantastically.
so are you. This is great.
Thank you, Lady Stardust.
That's all right,
My,
Joe.
my lady. Yeah. Do people treat you like royalty, sort of like that, because it's Lady Stardust?
Yes,
Oh
and
yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
I always think of like
Definitely.
with character names like that. Like my brother plays a lot of D&D, and I'm very
Mm.
into nerdy stuff. You might see Darth Vader in the background over here, and then
Okay.
it's called a cell of Mark Hamill's Joker from Batman the Animated Series. So they drew
Right.
Joker and they put it over a background, and that's what's used in the show. So
Oh, cool.
as you can tell, my nerd memorabilia is quite there, and I love it. And this is all
Love it.
uh, Studio Ghibli, however you say it.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Okay, the best animated kids films ever. They're from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s even, and they're just beautiful Japanese animated films. So good.
Oh, awesome.
Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a studio. Kiki's
Okay,
Delivery
yeah.
Service. That's my
Yeah.
personal favorite.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's there. And you can't see it, but next to it's I talked about it on an earlier episode, it's a picture of Tony Hawk and Steve-O from Jackass doing a
Oh.
wall ride on skateboards, and they both signed it. So that's like
Oh, that's
super cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I
very
love how you
cool.
can mention, Steve-O who's swallowed a goldfish and then thrown it up, and then hot chicks like you will be like, oh, that's so cool. You have a signature of him.
That's so cool.
They're doing another Jackass movie. Like the trailer
Are
just
they?
came out. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. I don't mind them. They're cool dudes.
Yeah, the culture though that they created behind like Fail Army as a YouTube channel. I lost count of how
Oh,
many
okay.
subscribers they have, but that's that same type of
Yeah.
uh there's a German phrase which is about laughing at people's pain and stuff like that.
Right.
They have a word
Okay.
for it. They thought that far ahead.
There's yeah.
All right. I'll reveal mine if you reveal yours. What was your first time
Okay.
like?
My first time was all right. It was, yeah, pretty good. Okay, I'll give you the whole story if you'd
Good.
like. So basically I was 16 and he was my boyfriend. I don't think he was my boyfriend yet. We were nearly dating.
Yep.
First, like proper relationship. Like, you're 16, you're a little bit more mature anyway. And one morning he took me to an op shop on a Saturday morning,
Oh,
and
cute.
op shops are like my favorite thing.
Uh-huh.
So, this guy taking me to an op shop, I was like, have me, basically. And that was, yeah, the first time. It was, yeah, it was good.
So
It
you
was
went
pretty
to an
good.
op shop and then afterwards you were back at his or yours place and you're just like, come here, you.
Yeah. At his place, I was like, this is, I can see myself with this man, basically.
um, mine's a bit more not as fun, but
Okay.
I was seeing someone and my parents were out of town, and so I had friends over,
Classic
and she's
setup.
like, "Yeah,
Yep.
staying the night." I'm like, "Cool, okay, this is groovy."
hmm
And we didn't like talk about it either, or doing it or anything like that. And so I was 17. Did I mention that?
hmm
Yeah, cool.
No.
Okay, yeah. Which cool. You bet me by a year, but who's counting? Um,
Yeah.
um, and yeah, everyone had left. We're just chilling out, we decided to do it. And as we are doing the motions, she kind of goes, like that. And yeah. And there's
Okay.
there's a very old KSI video. He's an English YouTuber.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I watched KSI.
yeah,
Yeah.
so his Draw My Life video
Yeah.
where he's talking about that and it's like, Yinka, Paoni and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
I just thought
Yeah.
of that video and she
Oh
just goes,
god.
So I start laughing. And then she's like, oh, I don't think she was loving it because it was her first as well. And
Yeah.
and she just thought I was laughing at her.
Oh
And so
god.
I wasn't very happy. Like afterwards, we're just lying there on bed. Like I've never felt more unsafe in my own home or uncomfortable.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh no. Oh no. I gave my guy a high five after.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Good job.
Yeah. I was very proud of myself. I was like, that was my first time, dude. Like, high five.
Yeah. Pat on the head as
Yeah.
well. Yep.
Yeah. But he definitely didn't give me the experience.
He didn't laugh at you. Yeah.
No.
Do you have any awkward stories?
Not really. I'm not a snitch. I
Okay,
will
cool.
only tell the good ones, talk my men off.
Good, good, good. Because that
Yeah.
was that Pete Davidson joke where Ariana Grande was like, he was the best I ever had. But then every woman that follows is going to expect the best, but then supposedly
Ooh.
be disappointed. So there's a
Oh,
mind
I
trick to
see.
that. You reckon
Yeah.
you're going to start using that one?
No,
No, you're a
I'm a
nice girl.
lover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this girlfriend that I actually had was quite mean. I'm actually quite a
Oh,
sensitive
that's
guy. I'm a bit of a delicate flower.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was just not nice. And I think that's why I can't date at the moment. Because there's a part of
Yeah.
me just
That's
still thinks back to things she didn't said and it wasn't nice.
yeah. No, that's horrible.
Yeah. It is, it is what it is. Thick skin. I'm a bit stronger now.
Yeah.
and I don't put up with bullshit. I think as well though, um, I had that same friend actually who would try on a larger garment. She was this
Yeah.
Eastern European model who was also a
Oh, wow.
bodybuilder and was doing all sorts of crazy shit. And
Mhm.
um, she had similar problems to my ex, and I saw her as this almost project where I could be like, I
Oh,
could fix you and help you and stuff like that. And I think subconsciously I was like that. I didn't think to myself, um,
yeah, of course.
uh, let's give her a fake name. I don't think Rose needs um, this, or that. I just thought, it's like, oh, I don't really like this, or that. Let me see if I can swayed decision or processing to be a little bit differently and things
Yeah.
like that. And so maybe I have a thing for mean girls. That's why.
Maybe. I
That's also
mean,
why we won't work out because you're too nice. I'm
I
sorry.
am
It's
too
just not. It's
nice.
just not
I've
going to
really
happen. Yeah.
struggled. It's you'd be surprised the amount of men that are into, women being mean to them. And I just can't do that. I'm not that girl. Like, I am more into making you a better person, making you happier, not telling you, you know, being rude to people.
Yeah. Yeah. But let's just say like a guy's just like to you when you're in the throes of it, hit me and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You'd partake.
And no,
No.
I
Okay.
couldn't hit anyone. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Right. What dating advice would you give to people just generally?
I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I've had,
What sex
well,
advice would you give then?
obviously, um, oh gosh, just don't do it. I, that's my advice.
Don't do
Don't.
it.
No, don't do it. My parents met when they were 35. I've got years to go.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think don't do it. Don't rush into it. Don't be with someone just because you're lonely is probably a good one. Because I know, not just myself, but people that I know definitely tend to, just because they're lonely, they attach themselves to the next person that comes along and shows interest. And it's like, no, you need to think about, is that person good enough for you? Do they tickle your boxes? That's how you need to look at it, not just having someone.
Yeah, that's what happened to
Yeah.
me with the last person I saw. I was like, we've been on 3 dates, and I felt incredible. And
Yeah.
I'm like to my friends, I'm gonna marry her and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it's a
nada.
lot easier to say, but yeah, when you're in the moment, you meet someone new and you're hitting it off, you definitely get swept up and carried away. I've done it.
Yeah,
It
well,
yeah,
it's hard being us, isn't it?
it is. I
It's
mean,
so
I've never been
difficult
broken
being
up
this good
with.
looking. Like, don't you ever feel that?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, right. I guess as well. What's coming up for Lady Stardust apart from an apartment with a
Oh,
pool?
well, basically, the reason I moved to Melbourne was, this is going to sound delusional, but I'm very
Go ahead.
serious
Go ahead.
with this. So, when I was younger, I've always thought, I'm going to be famous. It's going to happen. I'm going to be in movies. The movies are going to be called Lady Stardust. And that's just my life. And the whole reason I moved to Melbourne was because, on the TV, if you're watching shows, it's like, where's all the groovy people from? They're always from Melbourne. And, where's all this cool stuff happening? It's always in Melbourne. So I was like, that's it. I'm moving to Melbourne. So when I turned 18, I just packed up, moved to Melbourne in the hopes that I'll be walking down the street and some big Hollywood director will just see me and be like, you're perfect
Yeah,
for this
Hollywood
role.
director in
And
Melbourne.
yeah, that's literally the only reason I moved here. Like, I can't give you any other. That's yeah. So I mean, hopefully that would be next for me, would to be in a big Hollywood film called Lady Stardust.
And what would it be? Would it be like a biopic sort of thing, or
Yeah.
a fantasization or
Yeah.
something like that?
Um, I don't know. It would be a bit of everything. It would definitely be a bit truthful about, you know, my life and experiences, and lots of stuff that's completely unrelated.
Yep.
Sort of like very like Tarantino, Guy Ritchie film
Oh
vibes.
yeah.
That's, yeah,
I
what I would
love
like.
Guy Ritchie. Casually
Yeah,
underrated.
he's
Like the high
he is
budget
his films.
those high budget studio ones like Sherlock Holmes A Game of Shadows, is that what it's called? The second one?
I think so.
Where they're
Yeah.
running through the forest and all the trees are exploding and
Mm,
stuff like that. Like it's cool, but it like there's something missing. The Gentleman is like one of my favorite films of the last
that's
5
a good one.
years.
That's a really good one.
Just because Colin Farrell's like hilarious as, and it's I like good dialogue. So I write and
Mm.
produce, and so if you need either of those,
Oh, look at this.
yeah.
Perfect. Let's make it happen.
See how it goes. I don't have much money though. I don't have an OnlyFans yet.
That's all right. We'll get there.
Oh, do you know what? It's just clicked to me. Okay, ready for
Mm.
this? This is huge. We are talking about thumbnails earlier and stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
What if I had an OnlyFans which was just thumbnails?
Oh, okay.
Okay, not happy with that one. That didn't get a good response.
Um, there might be some people into it, but I think that's very niche. So I don't think it'd be very difficult to do well.
What about
Just
hands? If I
on,
just took pictures of my hands at different locations,
yeah,
you
that's
like?
a good idea.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, why not? There's people out there that would pay money to see that. There is.
I'm so fast. I'm gonna like do a bunch of research now about different OnlyFans that aren't just um porn
Nudie
related.
bits.
Or, yeah, nudie
Yeah.
bits. Yeah. So, apart from like live streaming, are there any other? You said you wanted to do collabs. What else are you looking to do on OnlyFans?
Yeah, so I'd like to do some collaboration videos because at the moment it's like 99% solo content. And I think the money is really in collaborations with other people in this type of stuff. And that would be so much fun. And it would be like a win-win, basically, with other creators. So that's definitely top of the list, what I'd like to do.
How do you get in
Another
touch
thing,
with
I
other
don't know.
creators?
Social media, basically.
So you just
Yeah.
DM
So
like
I
what I
mean,
did with you?
yeah, basically how this happened. Yeah.
Oh my
And
god!
I mean,
Imagine if I could. So you just DM person being like, "I want to have sex with you. We can bring a bunch of money." I couldn't say that to a random person. How easy?
yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of more like I already follow and have other creators follow me back
Yep.
already just from my Instagram and stuff. So I think what you need to do, like as a creator, I know that I would like it if someone wanted to collab with me, they would subscribe and then DM me through OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like the professional way to do it because I do have a lot of dudes message me and I'm wanting to collaborate with women. I don't,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I wouldn't want to collaborate with a guy. That would be like way down the track.
Okay. May I
I
ask
reckon
why?
because women, they're so beautiful and I want more women in my life. I
Okay.
want, yeah.
That sounds a little
So
bit
why
more
not?
upsetting and sad than you're. um. Okay, but
Yeah.
is there? Would you be camera shy with a dude or like?
No, I just think that it's a very different type of thing.
Yep.
Like it's a lot more common to have women creators. Like I already know women creators. It would be a lot easier to have a collab with a woman.
Yeah. I think it'd
And
be
I
pretty
think male,
difficult for a dude doing unless they're an established porn star or porn
Yeah.
actor.
And
Often they're
then
not the star.
exactly. And then it's difficult for me to collaborate with them because they're so high up. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
So a low end dude can't just go on because, look, realistically, it's not that difficult for you to realize how beautiful you are and stuff like that. You know, people will just check that and realize, oh yeah, just toot your own horn. I'm just, blowing smoke up your ass, and you're like, cool,
Yeah.
yep, I agree, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think for men as well, they would like, they don't get as much affirmation like that on the Instagram and stuff like that, unless they're famous or something like that. People will comment on a Chris Hemsworth post like, "Oh my god, how hot is he?" And stuff like that.
He's not my type. He's not my type.
Who's a celebrity that is your type?
Oh, celebrities. David Bowie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, David Bowie does things for me. And who else? Erica Badu, definitely one of my.
Badu. I'm gonna look him up
quickly.
She
is sexy. She's so sexy. Winona Ryder is another one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, for sure. And Quentin Tarantino, but just for some feet stuff. Just, yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean by Erica Badu. Wow.
Yeah, she's stunning, right?
Yeah. Wow, she's 50. Black don't crack, hey.
She's gorgeous, stunning.
Yeah.
She's
top. I'm so basic. For me, it's like Charlize Theron and Margot Robbie.
Oh, Margot Robbie, gorgeous. I'm trying to think. There's so many. I think it's easier. My first celebrity crushes were Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, Linda Cardellini or whatever her name is.
Yeah. And Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy and Batman.
Oh yeah, but come on.
I know, they were my sexual awakenings as a toddler. They were the ones.
You don't have to mention who, but have you been with a celebrity or a famous person?
Yeah.
Hi. Okay. What was their following on Instagram?
I can't say because you're just gonna look.
There are so many accounts.
There is. No, I won't say.
Oh damn.
I won't say, but there's been a couple.
A couple?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I consider myself as a celebrity, so they've been with me, basically. That's
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, right. So I'm interviewing a celebrity. Am I a celebrity then?
Yeah, you can be a celebrity. Everyone's a celebrity.
I'll let you deal it out to me.
Yeah.
I've just got my 300 Instagram followers and my 15 YouTube subscribers. By the way, like and subscribe for this podcast. Can you plug this on your Instagram? I'd really appreciate it.
I can. Can you subscribe to my OnlyFans?
Yep. Where can people find Lady Stardust? Ooh.
Ooh, if you just type Lady Stardust into anything, I'm sure I come up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. You said, okay, collaborations was one thing you were looking forward to, and there was another thing, but I totally cut you off. What was that?
Collaborations. And I don't know, I just want to do lots of different content. I just filmed something with a papaya over the last couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So content like that, I enjoy content like that. That's a bit different.
Yeah, right. Okay. Do you have demands for different fruit?
No, that's just for me.
So first a papaya, next week a zucchini, and then eventually down the track an aubergine.
I mean, why not?
I don't think an aubergine's a good idea. That sounds like it might hurt or cause damage.
Yeah, that's a bit. But I mean, I'd give it a good go. I'll give the people what they want. I'd give it a good go.
If you want to see Lady Stardust and an aubergine. And pay for the content, guys. Come on, don't leak it. Be good. This is a young woman running a business.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any of your stuff leaked?
Not that I know of,
Do you think you're much of a
but
celebrity to get it leaked?
no, I definitely know that there's sites going around that people do leak people's things on, which is horrible because that's illegal and just so beyond out of the thing of what should be happening. So, I mean, it's definitely possible, but it's why I love OnlyFans because they have a really good security for myself. I can choose to, and they keep track, everything's, verified. The users that subscribe, OnlyFans has their information, they can track sort of thing their end. And they definitely do, I believe, follow up when things do get leaked. They will fight for the creator and follow things up and
Good,
give you all the
good.
information that you need. So yeah, that's been really good. And I don't post, I mean, I've leaked a few of my own things on Twitter.
Whoopsies.
But whoops. But that was on purpose.
None of the good stuff, right?
Uh,
Fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
no, it's fine. I posted it. Just my favorite things, just as to get more followers, obviously. But yeah, I don't post too much anywhere else just because of those reasons, because OnlyFans is the safest way to do it.
Yeah, right. How long have we been going? 1 hour and 6 minutes. Do you have anything that you wanted to add or ask? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
That hour went really fast.
I know, right? Once you get into like a good groove and you're just vibing, like things just fly by. By the way, normally I have notes. I had none. So this was totally just...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I was thinking like, I wonder what questions that you've got written down.
Like people have asked, guests have asked before, what questions do you have and what are you going to ask? But I try and be like, I don't want to reveal it because then you can prepare an answer and this conversation doesn't become as candid or anything like that. It just really,
exactly.
It just, like we just mentioned, it works best when we just talk, we get into a groove, we go on tangents, that sort of stuff. Any questions for me? Just pat my eyelashes a little bit.
I don't.
Oh, there's all your shoes and stuff.
Yeah. Whoops. I don't know. No, I think I'm good.
Excellent. I find you super unique. You're fascinating. Keep doing what you're doing. I think a lot of people are going to learn a lot from you. Or by a lot, I mean maybe 50 people or something like that. I'm always looking for just different perspective on things, and I think you've nailed it on the head, and you've been fantastic. And maybe in a few months, once things have changed or you're doing a bit better or yada yada, we can do a podcast in your jacuzzi or something like that.
Yeah, update in the penthouse.
Is a penthouse your dream? Because I would love a penthouse.
I would love a penthouse too, but I'm a bit scared of heights, so I don't know how that would work.
That'd be a bit challenging, yeah.
Yeah, a bit challenging, but I'd put up with it for the view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Where can people find you, Lady Stardust?
They can find me on Instagram, Lady Stardust Official, and OnlyFans is Lady Stardust Official as well. And all my links are in my Instagram and Twitter, Snapchat, Lady Stardust OF. I think that's it. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. This has been such a good experience, and you've been so lovely.
Oh my God! Stop.
You have a very lovely, handsome man.
Oh my goodness! I'm using that as the clickbait. So excellent! Thank you very much. At the very end of the pod. All right.
You're welcome.
Good night, Australia.